There is a quiet form of betrayal that doesn't come from others. It comes from within. You have been given a map to freedom, a guide toward the life you imagine. And yet, each time you near the path, your hands crumple the paper. Your steps turn away, and you tell yourself the destination was never meant for you. That is self-sabotage. The slow, silent war against your own potential, not because you are lazy, not because you are broken, but because something inside does not believe you deserve to succeed. Self-sabotage does not always look like failure. It often wears the mask of procrastination, perfectionism, or reasonable caution. It whispers, "It's not the right time," or "What if I fail?" Beneath every logical excuse lies one truth: fear. Fear of success, of change, of being seen for who you truly are. The saboteur within was not born with you. It is a learned protector, formed in childhood, often in spaces where love was conditional, where achievement brought discomfort, or where staying small felt like safety. Perhaps praise was scarce. Maybe standing out made you a target. Perhaps you learned that being quiet and invisible earned affection. So you internalized a belief: safety lives in staying small. Attention leads to pain. Failure is familiar. Success is uncertain and frightening. And so, as an adult, you find yourself leaving relationships that feel too good, quitting roles just before promotion, breaking your own spirit because joy feels like a threat to your identity. You want success. You want love. You want peace. Yet another part of you is committed to making sure you never reach them. This is the twisted logic of self-sabotage. It believes it is protecting you. It says, better to ruin it now than be crushed when it falls apart later. It insists, if you never try, you never fail. It even convinces you that your current struggle is normal, because in many ways, your inner saboteur is only trying to keep you safe. Safe from disappointment, from vulnerability, from change. But safe is not the same as alive. Self-sabotage is not laziness. It is misdirected energy. What looks like laziness is often overwhelm, fear, or a nervous system flooded by expectations. So you freeze, you scroll, you distract, you never begin. This is not a lack of discipline. It is a coping mechanism to avoid pain. The same energy that could build something remarkable turns inward, like a storm breaking inside you, building walls instead of bridges. There is a deep vulnerability in being seen, especially if you have spent years hiding behind politeness, productivity, or perfection. Self-sabotage often surfaces right at the edge of exposure, when the job is going well, when the relationship deepens, when your work is finally noticed. Being seen feels risky. What if they judge you? What if they leave? What if you are not enough? So you pull back. You disappear. You miss the deadline. You numb out. Better to vanish than risk rejection. But here is the painful irony. In trying to avoid pain, you create it. People do not sabotage themselves because they love suffering. They do it because suffering is familiar. We cling to the pain we know rather than step into an unknown joy that might hurt more. It is like living in an open cell but refusing to walk out because freedom feels foreign. At least the walls are predictable. The brain does not seek happiness first, it seeks safety. And if pain has been your constant companion, pain begins to feel like home. Perfectionism is one of self-sabotage's cleverest disguises. I'll start when it's perfect. I'll speak when I'm ready. But that day never arrives. Perfectionism is not about high standards. It is about a fear of shame, a terror of being seen as flawed. That fear becomes the chain that keeps you from ever beginning. Self-sabotage wears many masks: procrastination, I'll do it tomorrow, busyness, filling time with everything except what matters, comparison, they're better, so why try, overthinking, what if, until the moment is gone, toxic relationships, choosing people who confirm your deepest belief, I am not worthy. These choices feel rational in the moment, but from a distance you see the pattern. Every time you approach growth, something pulls you back. Often, that something is you. The first step is awareness. You cannot change what you refuse to see. If your life feels like a loop, repeating the same mistakes, attracting the same patterns, abandoning the same dreams, self-sabotage may be running the show. But when you name it, when you recognize it in real time, you begin to loosen its grip. The saboteur thrives in silence. Shine a light, and it starts to shrink. Another common form is imposter syndrome. You work, you strive, yet a quiet voice insists, "You're not good enough. You don't deserve this." So you lower your voice. You play small. You wait for permission that never comes. This doubt often takes root in childhood, where love felt conditional, where perfection was praised over effort, where failure was met with punishment rather than guidance. A child learns, "If I fail, I lose love." To avoid rejection, they avoid the chance of success. Some sabotage relationships, chasing unavailable partners, picking fights, leaving those who care, not because they want to be alone, but because loneliness feels familiar and love feels dangerously unknown. Others sabotage careers, missing deadlines, avoiding promotions, not from laziness, but because success feels foreign and failure feels like home. There is a psychological principle called cognitive dissonance. The discomfort we feel when our actions contradict our beliefs. If you believe, deep down, that you are unworthy, but the world begins to celebrate you, your subconscious may work to resolve the tension by undermining your progress. Being seen and valued clashes with the old story you have carried. And even harmful beliefs can feel comfortable, familiar, hard to release. So how do you move beyond this? First, not with force, but with observation. Watch what happens when things start going well. Do you withdraw? Do you get sick before something important? Do you push people away when they come close? That is not coincidence. It is programming, self-sabotage revealing itself. You will not defeat it by fighting it. You must understand it. Self-sabotage is not a villain. It is a wounded protector. It learned to keep you safe. Maybe it once helped you survive, but now it is outdated, like armor you have outgrown. Speak to that part with compassion, not judgment. "I see you. I know you're trying to protect me, but I am not that scared child anymore. I can handle failure. I can survive rejection. I can live with being seen. You are not fragile. You've only been told you are." The next step is rewriting your beliefs. If you believe you are undeserving, you will unconsciously make that true. So confront those beliefs. Where did they come from? Who taught you that success was dangerous? Who made you feel small? Ask these questions, then gently rewrite the story. I am allowed to be happy. I am not a fraud. I am capable even when scared. I am worthy of love and success, even imperfect. But words alone are not enough. You must take small, aligned actions that contradict the old identity. Send the email. Ask the question. Show up even when you feel inadequate, not to prove your worth, but to remind yourself, I am allowed to show up messy and still deserve good things. Every act of courage chips away at self-sabotage, not because fear disappears, but because you learn to move forward with it. Remember, self-sabotage thrives in isolation. The more you hide your struggle, the stronger it becomes. Find those who understand. Share your journey. Let others reflect your strength when you cannot see it yourself. And perhaps most important, practice self-forgiveness. Once you see how much you have held yourself back, it is easy to fall into shame. But shame is just another form of sabotage. It keeps you stuck. Forgive yourself for the missed chances, the broken connections, the years spent hiding. You did what you could with what you had. Now you know more. Now you can choose differently. Your past is written. Your future is still unwritten. Every moment is a new choice, a new door. And when you feel yourself hesitating, pulling back, retreating into old patterns, pause, breathe. Remember, self-sabotage is not proof that you are broken. It is a sign that you are ready to grow. Only those on the verge of transformation feel this kind of resistance. It is not a wall, it is a threshold. Walk through and tell yourself, I am not my fears. I am not my past. I am not my sabotage. I am becoming. And becoming is messy, but it is worth it. Thank you for watching my video. Please subscribe my channel for more update.